Okay, pero ngayon, Sandro, we're taking over from the girls. At ang pag-uusapan natin ngayong umaga ay tungkol sa magaganap na third Philippine-Malaysian Conference on the financial policy na umaapekto ngayon sa mga Muslim Filipinos. So para pag-usapan yan, makakasama natin si Dr. Alim Siddiq Diapal, ang Director ng Bureau of Muslim Economic Affairs ng National Committee Muslim Filipinos. Magandang umaga, sir.
Yeah, magandang umaga po. It's a pleasure to be invited here.
Director, magkakaroon tayo nitong tinatawag na third joint Malaysian Philippine economic meeting on Muslim Filipinos. What will this be all about?
Yeah, it's an event convened by the Department of Foreign Affairs, but with the recommendation of His Excellency J. Eduardo Malaya, the Ambassador of the Philippines to Malaysia. Binigyan po tayo ng pagkakataon bilang opisyal mula sa National Commission of Muslim Filipinos, particularly in charge with the Muslim Economic Affairs, na maging co-convener. The activity is actually a support to the peace agreement signed in 1996. It started, yung first talk, nagsimula noong 1996, and then sinundan noong 2000. And what is so important about this event is it's actually a support dun sa nangyayaring peace agreement with the government of the Philippines and the Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
Yes.
Yung third joint committee meeting is very specific, and the agenda that we will be discussing is very particular on socio-economic development and advancement of the Muslim Filipinos.
Yes.
So if we can actually prepare the community in the Bangsamoro, or what we call now as the Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, it's actually a support to the future agreement that we're going to sign with the Moro Islamic Liberation Front.
Sir, when we talk about socio-economic development, ano po ba yung kumbaga yung nakapaloob dito? Kasi I'm sure marami sa ating mga manonood ang curious po kung ano po itong socio-economic development na pinag-usapan para nga po sa kapatid natin mga Muslim.
Yeah. Sa perspektibo po ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas, under the administration of His Excellency President Benigno Simon Aquino III, yung medium-term Philippine Development Plan natin, kasama dun yung roadmap, establishment of the roadmap to Islamic finance and the development of the halal market, which are growing market for not only for the Muslim Filipino but also for
tourists,
for the government. And yung nagiging problema minsan, may mga investment that require Sharia compliance. Magkaiba kasi yung requirement ng commercial bank at saka ng Sharia banking. So, of inviting further investment, di ba ngayon, yung grade ng level ng investment sa Pilipinas ay tumaas with the effort of Secretary Parissima of the Department of Finance, pati na rin po sa Board of Investment. It's a good sign, pero just to further support inviting investors from the OIC member countries sa mga Gulf state and oil-rich countries as well as the ASEAN, katulad ng Malaysia, ng Brunei, ng Indonesia. One way of supporting the initiative is to strengthen our roadmap on Islamic finance.
Alam mo, Sandro, actually, this really piqued my curiosity kasi alam ko yung sa halal, no, na mayroong Sharia na requirement na hindi pwedeng basta-basta maghiwa ng karne, di ba?
Yes.
Pero pagdating pala sa financing din, sir, no, mayroong mga Sharia requirements. Can you give us examples kung ano yung mga Sharia compliance na batas ng Muslim law?
Yes, thank you very much for emphasizing on that. Yung isa ring confusion na sinasabi nilang it's Islamic finance is not only for the Muslims, it's actually, ang tawag sa kanya pag sa normal lingo is good investment. Ang kagandahan ng Islamic finance, Sharia compliance, walang compounded interest. Kasi ang purpose po ng pagpapahiram ng pera ay para masustain yung pangangailangan ng taong nangangailangan ng pera, hindi para pahirapan sila magbayad ng interest. So there is a way na pwedeng calculated na yung we don't call it interest because bawal po mag-impose ng interest. We call it, may mga charges siguro yung mga administrative costs, pero walang interest na dapat na ipataw kasi the core of lending money is to make the life of the borrower easier. So yun po yung adikay nung Islamic finance.
So
to mediate between the needs of the have and the have-nots.
So I presume, Director, ibig sabihin meron din siguro kayong threshold ng mga charges ninyo na tinatawag. Hindi pwedeng masyadong malaki.
Yes. Meron pong, we can limit it to administrative cost.
Okay, very interesting yun. No? Ngayon ko lang din natutunan na meron palang ganong klaseng bagay na pinapa-implement na kailangan din talagang makipag-coordinate sa mga normal na banks. Ito naman sir, alam naman natin ngayon na sineselebrate nga natin mga Muslim ang Ramadan. Kamusta naman po ito ngayon sa inyo?
Yeah, mabuti naman po. It's actually, before I came here, when I think some of your colleague texted me na good sleep, but it's very challenging
Yes.
to get a good sleep because we had to wake up early morning for we call it sahur.
4 a.m.
Yeah,
po
for the
morning
breakfast
prayers.
before the call to prayer.
Yes.
But also the concept of Ramadan is not just about alienating ourselves from the food intake, but it's actually more on establishing relationship to the Creator. And that being said, yung nga, pag kumakain kami sa Ramadan, walang variation kung ikaw ay director o ikaw ay presidente ng kumpanya mo. Usually, even like I observed during the Ramadan, we share food with our like our drivers, our constituents, yung mga kasamahan sa opisina. So it actually we established the virtue of equality during the month of Ramadan.
At we expect the Ramadan to go on until Eid al-Fitr. At kailan po ba yung Eid al-Fitr?
We're expecting it the first week of August. Just exactly a month from the date we started.
Okay. Sir, siguro lastly, maybe you have a message po for all our viewers that are watching this morning?
Yeah, napapalapit na po yung SONA ng Presidente, and we're actually very, very grateful to this administration, kay President Aquino, and hopefully mga kababayan natin, maging Muslim po or Kristiyano, we should support the initiative of the President, pati na rin po yung initiative ni Secretary Teresita Guindelas ng Office of the Presidential Advisor on Peace Process na mapanatili po yung kapayapaan. And as far as the Bureau of Muslim Economic Affairs under the leadership of Secretary Mihol Sadain, inihahanda po namin yung mga community. And to start with that is, yun nga pong joint committee meeting para maihanda po yung mga traders natin, mga investors natin, mga cooperative at small and medium-sized enterprise para po sa pag-i-establisa ng Bangsamoro.
Maraming salamat, sir. At sana nga talaga, Sandro, yung recent na success ng pag-uusap din, ng negotiations pagdating sa wealth sharing with the Bangsamoro Agreement ay magtuloy-tuloy na. No? At makikita tayo very soon ng kumpletong negotiated agreement between the Muslim Filipinos and the government. Maraming salamat, sir. Yan po si Director Alim Siddiq Diapal, ang Director ng Bureau of Muslim Economic Affairs ng National Commission on Muslim Filipinos.
At ngayon naman,